Alaikum. This is Mohammad Rameez and you are watching Flutter Fluency. So today we are going to talk about data types. Okay, this is a very important topic in Flutterflow. If you are a Flutterflow developer, so you must know either you comes from a coding background or a low code background. You must know this data types in Flutterflow if you want to use Flutterflow. Okay, so let's talk about, so we have various kind of data types. Okay, so if I so what you need to do, this is data type. You need to click on second option from a connect part. If you click on this button, or you can simply click tab +6. Okay, tab and 6, you can press tab and 6, so this portion will be open. Okay, so this is data type. And data type, why we use data types. Let's talk about why we use data types. So we basically, data types is basically a kind of structural format. Okay, so if we want to if we want to use a specific format, and if we want to pass a specific values to a function, we have, let's suppose we have created a function and we want that function must return this data type, result data type. Function must return result data type because we know that result contains status as well as index, so it must return this kind of these two variables in the form of list. So list of result data type, and result data type can have uh, status as well as integer, so we must use this kind of thing. So let's see if I have used let me check if I have used this data type. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, you can see, so basically I have created my custom action, and in the custom action I have also I have returned a data type which is not in the form of list, but this data type have a status of BMI as well as BMI index. Okay, so I want that it will return two things, not one thing. If you want to return multiple things, so it's better approach that you can create a data type, because the data will be parsed into the form of data type, status as well as index, and you can simply use that data type afterwards, just like this, which I am using. So here you can see that if I, let's see if I use, okay, so right now I have not used, let's suppose if I'm gonna use there. So if I click this and click on widget state, not widget state but custom function, custom action, sorry. Okay, so basically it's written in the form of data type. Okay, so you can get an idea why data types use. So uh, just like the JSON format, so we have a JSON format in which we can add a values. So using data type we can simply organize our data just like this. Okay, so it's basically used to organize the data. You can simply think about it. Okay, we also have enums, but we will be discussing enums on a separate video. Okay, so let's talk about all of the variables that we have. These variables are also known as data type, but in Flutterflow itself says say that you can you can create data type in having multiple variables. Okay, so if you click multiple field types, you can say basically Flutterflow sailed field types to the variables, and data type is a separate thing in Flutterflow. But if you comes from a coding background, so you usually mix two things, this data type and these data types, because these are also data types. And but if you come from a coding background, so you must understand and you must got this thing that these things are JSON format and these things are data types. Okay, so okay, so fine. Now what you need to do, let's see these things. So first of all, the first data type is integer. So integer data type is used if you want to take a number format value, numeric values. Let's suppose your value is 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 1000, 10,000, 50,000. So you must save that kind of value in an integer format. You can also save it in a string format, but string is basically for textual format. If you have a text kind of format, abcd xyz, so that kind of format is saved in string. What about double? So double is a basically a new decimal format or a floating point format. If you have if you have values like 15.6 or 15.789, 1.5, this kind of format, so you must save this thing in a double. Boolean is basically a true false kind of scenario. So if you want to use variable which can either save true value or false value, okay, so you can use booleans. And this property, color property, is basically, this is a Flutterflow by default data types. So if you set color property, so you can easily assign the color into the Flutterflow project. And image path is basically if you want to save an image path into the variable, so you can use image path, this, then you can use this data type. Because in Flutterflow, if you use image, let's suppose if I go to data type and I can add image, here, and you are using network image then it's only possible for you if you pass image path variable, if you attach image path variable here. Other variables are not longer added. Okay, so let's add a width of 100%. For example, if I go back and create a data type with the name, let's suppose product. Okay, so create a product data type, and here I'm gonna add all of the fields which I have. Let's suppose first field is product name, and we know that this name must be in a textual format, that's why we are gonna select string. Okay, so it's string. Second option is, we can say the price of product. So let's suppose we are creating an e-commerce application for a international customer. So in international, there is a value which is used cents. In US, it's basically a decimal values as well, like cents. So you can use double here because we know that price is in double, so it's double price. Then maybe we want to show the quantity, and we know that quantity not be in double, quantity must be in integer, because quantity is either 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. It's just like this format, it's not in 1.5 quantity. So we are going to use integer for this point this time. Then we want to say if this product is featured or not. So we are going to create a variable which is featured variable. If we want to show, yeah, this product is featured, so we can use is featured and assign boolean variable, because it only show either true or false value. Okay, so if is featured is true, which means that product is featured. If is false, which means that product is not featured. So you can create one. Now the other one is color. Okay, so let's suppose we want to show list of colors. Okay, list of colors of specific product. So I'm gonna add color property, and I can say product colors. Product, it's better to use camel case convention. Camel case conventions means that first letter is small, and if you have another word, so that word's first letter is capital, just like this. Product small, then colors C capital. Product colors, then the data type is colors, and it is list because we want multiple colors. So it's this. Let's explore other features. So yeah, if we want to save an image, so we can say image, product image. So image, for the image, the field value must be image, not a string, because let me tell you, if before after creating. So let's create. Yeah, so if if I go back and want to attach this path here, if I want to attach this path here, so we must need to, so let's create an abstract variable first so that we can at least show the value. So let's suppose my product and its data type. Now we know we want multiple values, that's why we are going to use data type, not any other. So let's click on data type, my product data type, because in my product variable we want multiple variables. We want name, we want product, image, product cost, product quantity, product colors. We want diverse variables, diverse fields. That's why we are going to create data type. So if there is a question in your mind why we have not used list, so remember list only takes similar kind of data. So if you have a list of string, so in the whole list you can only take string data, strings. Okay, so I'm gonna select my data type, which is my data type. My data type is product. So let's click on product, and I don't want persist my product this time, so let's leave it empty. And is list, I don't want, yeah, okay, maybe no, I don't want to use list. So let's create it, and you can see that when I click on it, so you can see there are multiple values which we have created in our data type, product data type, name, price. We can set all of these values here. Dekho, yeah, here you can see this is boolean, so you can simply check and uncheck to set a value. And we have a list of colors, so you can also set the colors value here. You can simply select the color, and that's how it's work. Okay, so it's right now it's unset, which is totally fine. Now what I want to show you, the difference between string and image path. Why you need to use image path, not a string? Because here you can see image, and if you want to show this widget, only take image path, not take string. Okay, so let's see here. If I click here and click on app state, because we have created my products in an app state, so click on my product, then you need to click on data type fields. Then you can see that name is a string value, it's not visible. You won't be able to see, you won't be able to select name. I am clicking on it, you can only select image, because you have set in an image format, you have set image to image path. So image widget only take image path variable. Okay, so the next option we have is video path. So the same thing, we have a video player, and video player only take video player widget, and video player widget can only take video path. So maybe we can say that onboarding video, and this is for this product onboarding video maybe. Then we have another variable audio path, so we have an audio player. In Flutterflow there is a built-in widget in Flutterflow, so audio widget can only take audio. So right now it's not belong to not comfortable with this product data type, so we are not going to use audio path. Now we have the other option we have is document reference. So why document reference use, and where document reference use? So document reference is used if you are using database. If you are using any database, maybe a Firebase, maybe a Supabase, mostly it will be used in Firebase, not with Supabase. Okay, so you can only use this thing in Firebase. Okay, document reference is used in Firebase. So if your account, if you have Firebase attached with your project, and you want to assign a specific reference of any directory, so you can simply pass document reference here. Then we have a date time. So let's suppose we want to use created date, created at, we can say created at. So whenever the date is created, whenever the product is created, we are gonna pass the time, date time. So how we can set the date time? If you go there, and let's suppose you have a variable here, which is text, and this variable you want to pass the current time. So you can simply go click on options, and here you can go to global properties. When you click on global properties, you will be able to see current time. So you can simply attach this current time, or you can also change the formats, just like datetime format, and then you can set any other format. Let's suppose I'm going to use relative. So this is bind with current date time. So when the date time change, so this variable also showing the current date time. Okay, so let's talk about the other data types. So then we have three data types left, from which I have already talked you and discuss you about the data types. So the data type is all about what we have, what we are using, and what we have here. So if you want to set a pack of data, so you can create a data type. So let's suppose I want to use this result data type in my product data type. So what we can do, we can simply go and click on data type, then we can select specific data type. So let's suppose I'm going to select result, and the name is dummy demo, create. So here you can see the data type of result is bind with demo data. Okay, so which we don't want to use, that's why I have named as demo. Now you can delete this. The other data type we have a lat long. Lat long means that longitude and latitude. Okay, so it's basically for the location. So if you are saving a location coordinates, so you must need to save location coordinates into the lat long, because it will separate lat value separately and long value separately. So you must need to use lat long if you are using location, if you are picking location. Then we have an enum. What are enums? So let's suppose I'm gonna use enum, but right now we don't have any enum. So let's create an enum first. So I'm not creating a separate video, we can discuss in this video, because enum is a really short topic. So let's suppose I want to also see the status. I also want to save the status of my product. Okay, so I also want to add status of my product, and so for that reason there are two options. One option is maybe we can set maybe we can hard code it, right, the status of my product, maybe active or inactive, or the other option is enum. Okay, so enum is the best option, because you don't need to write again and again. You can simply assign a value, or you can simply bind a value of an enum, so there won't be any spell mistake. So let's suppose I'm gonna create an enum with the name of status, product status, create. Then we need to add values. Let's suppose I'm gonna add two values. First is active, other one is inactive. You can see only two variables I have created, so I don't need to write again and again active, inactive everywhere where I want to see the status. Okay, so I don't need to do this thing, because I have already added active, inactive. So I can simply jump back and go to the data type and create any other data type, which is status. And here at this time we can simply select enums, and enums we have product status. Okay, so it's created, product status is created. So you can see that in the product status you have two values which we have created in enums. So that's the purpose of enum. Okay, so that's how it's work. So you can see we have built-in values, which is either active, inactive, whatever the value we want to give. So we don't need to write active, because we have an enum. So we want, if you want to do a drop down kind of scenario, so for the drop down you can also create enums and pass enums value to that drop down. If you are thinking how we can attach drop down value to enum, so let me tell you. So let's suppose I'm gonna insert a drop down. So let's see if I have a drop down. Yeah, I have a drop down. Yeah, okay, here you can see we have a drop down value, and for my drop down the hint is select status, status, select status, and I'm gonna bind my enums with this. So I'm gonna search enum, and you can see product status enum, and product status is already saying me that because drop down takes list of values, so it's saying not allowing me to attach active inactive. It's saying me that you can attach the whole list with this drop down. So let me click on this thing and it's done. You can see all of the values are gone, and now product my enum is now attached. Okay, so what's so custom function need to run again, so let's allow him to update. Okay, it's done, error is gone. Now if I run this application, so you will be able to see when I click on drop down, so you will be able to see two values in inactive or active inactive, two values there. Okay, but before I'm gonna spread this thing all across, and then I'm gonna change the width, which is broader, and then we also need to change the sizing, and then this thing here. Okay, so that's all. And next thing which I want to do is, so this is all about enums. Enum is a very small topic, that's why I just covered in this video, because here you can see we simply edit values, and we not longer need to write again and again active inactive. We can simply select a value which is coming from an enum. So that's how it's work. So let's add another value. I'm gonna insert a card specifically, and within a card, let just allow me a time to create the front end, and I'll back to you. Name, price, quantity, then we have color. Okay, so you can see that we have set the values. Now we just created a simple front end where we have an image, name. So I'm gonna bind these things with my abstract variables, because in my abstract I have added data type. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to simply go to bind, if I want to bind these things. So what I need to do, I need to simply go there, path, and in the path I have my abstract variable, then my product, and then data type. So then here you can see I have an image, so I can simply add image value there. Then we can attach name here, so we can go to app state, then my product, then data type, then name here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this thing and paste it here, and here I'm gonna add the price, then we have quantity which I can add here. For price, you can see that we have a number format as well, so you can also go to number format and you can click on decimal point, then automatic based on country, then you can also display the currency. So for now we can use dollar. Okay, so it's looking like this. Then we can add quantity, then I'm gonna do the dynamic query. Dynamic query, this dynamic query and app state, then my product, data type, product colors, confirm, colors, save. Okay, so we don't want to use this thing here like this. We can replace it with row. Okay, so it's looking like this, which is fine, which exactly we want. And we can add spacing 10% here, and here we can add colors. So for fill color I'm gonna use colors, and default color is, let's suppose, this. Okay, that's all. Okay, also there is a one more thing which we want to see, which is created date. So right now I'm not gonna use I'm gonna map abstract variables directly. I'm gonna search combine text, because we are gonna use combine text now, and here I'm gonna add created date, then we can bind the date, created date, my products, data type, then we can use created at, and within the created at we are gonna use relative moment value to see the things. Similar kind of things I'm gonna use here as well, because it will only show the values, which is not much better readable. So that's why I'm gonna use this thing. So let's suppose quantity qty, and here I'm gonna paste this thing. Similarly, copy for price, paste it, and here I'm gonna use price, then format, decimal format, automatic based on country, currency, and here dollar. Confirm. All of the values are done now. Now this is also centered, which is good. Now the only thing which is left is we have to go back to our app state, and we can set the values. Let's suppose the value of my data type is Kokomo, price is $10, and quantity is, I have a quantity of 1200. Yeah, this is featured, so you can set it's featured. And colors, oh, so these are colors, so maybe we can set pen, price is 10, quantity is 1200, feature is this, and colors, maybe we have a red pen, we have a black pen, and we have a blue ball pen. For blue we can simply go there, maybe we can, okay, so blue ball pen, we have 3 ball pens, maybe we can have also add green ball pen. Okay, so 3 ball pens, yeah, fine. Now we want to add image. Onboarding screen does not we don't need to add onboarding screen because we have not used into the front end, so uh, it's okay to leave it empty. Let's set the date and time, my local time, and status. For the status we can set as active, which we also gonna use in the front end, and image. So let's go to pen image. So let's use this image. I'm gonna click on it and then right click, copy link address, copy image address. Now paste it here and save the data. Now the data is saved, you can see the green. So what are the things which we need to show here? So one is status and one is featured. So let's duplicate this row, control D. You need to click on control D, so it will duplicate. Delete this row, this will show status, and here we can add insert widget, container, width is height is 40 and width is 120. Okay, then it's also curved 6 and filled color is this, maybe it's 35 height, yeah. And here we are gonna add text which is centered and color. Okay, so it's centered and color is white. Now we are gonna bind this text with our status confirm, so the value would be here. Okay, so we can even also set the things, another thing using status variable, which is, so let's suppose we want to show the color of a specific if we want to show the color of using the status. So if this product is active, so the color of the background color would be green, otherwise it's red. So let's achieve this thing. Click on fill color and go to conditional value. Then you can add condition, single condition, and you can set that if app state my product data structure and status value is equals to which value, enum. Yeah, here you can see the values are coming. So if the value is equals to active, then it's green, success green, otherwise it's failure red. So that's how it's look more beautiful. There is a one thing which is left right now, which is featured variable. So okay, so what we are gonna do, let's suppose we want to add a border around the around this card, and we want that if this product is featured, so you can if the product is featured, so there was a there was a border around this card, otherwise no border. Okay, so how we can do this thing? We can simply wrap a container around the card, and we can set a border width which is 2. Okay, and border width is 2. Now we need to set a color. Right now here you can see it's already added black color, which is a default color. So let me add 6 here, and we don't want to set a black color, we want to set a blue color if, or yellow color if it's featured, otherwise no color. So I'm gonna click on border color, then if else, if condition value, or not condition, maybe we can go to app state my product data structure, if is featured is true, then you need to show this color, else white color. Confirm. That's all, we are done with the data types lecture. So now we need to run this application and see what we have achieved. Here you can see that the values are now arrived, and we can see that the colors we have set it are there, and the status is active, that's why it's green. So if we are gonna change the status, let's suppose if I go back and change the status to inactive and feature to false, right now it's true. Okay, so if I go back, and here you can see it, as it is featured, so that's where there is a orange ring there, and created date is also, and quantity and all of the other stuff which we have assigned. So these, all of these things are here. And one more thing, previously we have set the enums value on upon this. So if I click on this, so here you can see active inactive, we can simply set the things, and here you can see time is also changing based upon the current time. So as I have already changed the app state, so now I can reload the screen and see if the changes appear. So what the change we are seeking to be appear is the button, the active status is red, which is good. Yeah, it's now red, which means that inactive, also inactive wrote here, and the ring is also gone. So that's how it's worked. I think this is a very comprehensive lecture on data types, so you all got it. I hope you all got it, and if you have any questions, so you can still drop your query into the comment box. Thank you so much, and I'll see you into the next video.